Hello, I'm Jorge Turner, and on this occasion we are going to talk about the importance of infrastructure and innovation in a country and how it affects other areas. When we talk of infrastructure, we are referring to the essential services, organizational structures, supply systems, and facilities by the people. It is where a country leans and starts growing. A country without communication, with no food and water, where you cannot freely move, where its people is not learning. It is a country that is not growing, that its economy is static, and the quality in the living leaves us wanting for more. Regarding innovation, it is a term that we often hear it is important, but why? We can define innovation as a process where one uncovers new things, new way of doing things. It is modifying, inventing, adapting models, products, and services for better results. But careful, innovating is not creating. It involves creativity, work, and of course, creation. A country with good infrastructure is a solid country, where its people have a good quality of living, its economy is flowing and growing, that there is no lack of things that obstruct the development. A country with a good infrastructure is a place where innovation can flourish. And here is where important stuff happens. Innovation helps improve infrastructure, better education for better thinkers, better services for happier citizens. A country stepping up that pushes forward all those people that live below the poverty line. That is stepping as a one big group of people. And after this, there is room for other things, for sharing with the world what you have done. The ninth Sustainable Development Goal is aware of this and is constantly promoting changes in the countries to achieve it. It seeks the development of quality, reliable, sustainable, and resilient infrastructure, with the goal of supporting an economic development and a human well-being, always focusing in the affordable and equitable access for all the people. Often, society waits to start doing things until we can observe all the damage that it is caused. Why do not start now when things are not as bad and difficult to solve? Changes in the system the world is living always implies various sectors. It affects economy, politics, and environment, the cultural sector. There is a need for innovative ideas, new technologies that start modifying and substituting the actual ones, that start at a gradual change for the better, and that do not cause greater problems. As Heffernan once said, for good ideas and true innovation, you need human interaction, conflict, argument, and debate. We reached 3 people from different countries and asked them about the infrastructure in their countries. The first person was Roger Peniche, a successful father of 2 who studied a dual degree in electrical and mechanical engineering and then a master in aeronautics. He lives in Redmond, Washington, United States and is currently working at Fluke Calibration, a company that designs and produces world top standards and calibration equipment for electrical parameters.
I didn't know what the ninth SDG was before looking it up in the web. I do consider it is important, but I think that from the perspective of sustainability, innovation, and infrastructure, the more of a means to an end versus a goal. What affected me so far? The UN goals for sustainability is something I have heard of, but does not play a role in my job. I live in a first world country. That said, even in USA there is much poverty and progress is not evenly distributed. I will say that it has indeed improved things overall, but that the infrastructure is deteriorating. Referring to the ninth SDG, then I will not know as I am not aware of it playing any role in the decisions of the government to support or not infrastructure and innovation projects.
Next, we are going to hear from Raji El Jendi. He studied architecture and later a master's in sciences. He currently works as a junior expert in the International Urban Development Association in France and as a teacher in architectural engineering in Vienna, Austria, where he now lives.
According to the current climate situation and the global warming, SDGs is a must to go after and follow with the goals and determination to achieve the SDG goals and perspective. Infrastructure affects my life personally as it affects anyone else's who is making use of it. In the 21st century, it's important to be supplied with internet, water, drainage, water supply, waste disposal, supply of electricity, etc. The infrastructure where I live in Austria is one of the best in the world, so I think it's excellent. In the last couple of years, there was a minor change in the infrastructure in Austria. just maintenance and small updates. Only the internet and the telecommunication network was updated to be compatible with our current needs. And that's all. Thank you for hearing.
Our third person is Jorge Álvarez Díaz. He is director of the Science and Engineering School in Tecnológico Monterrey, Cuernavaca. He is in charge of managing the quality of educational standards in the school, including the faculty members, laboratories, projects, and training partners.
The SDGs try to regulate or balance the impact of society regarding the natural resources. That is why they are important. For example, and I quote, the atmosphere given and regulated by land and sea forest, drinking water regulated by the global temperature and the use the man gives to it. Sustainability requires new structures, house designs, buildings, and cities with the purpose of saving and integrating new ways of energy, new technological infrastructure for the development and the use of alternative energies, new policies of regulation and use, and overall, a basic education of the sustainable development. It affects me because the lack of resources, ground and air pollution, the cars and industry emission, new rain patterns, species extinctions. In the populations, the climate change has forced species to migrate, among them the humans. The No Circular program in Mexico City, the creation of Secretary of Sustainable Development, the introduction of sustainable development careers in universities, the change of time in summer, the participations in global treaties for regulating the polluting substances are some of the commitments I know of.
The world is a big place. Everything is developing and changing different in every place. The infrastructure and level of innovation in every country is different. The priorities in different places are affected by the situation and conditions where they live. But we get to think here, if we should start preventing fires, investing in what we know will change for the better, instead of letting all our resources go in putting out the fires that are created and stay in the same situation. That is for this session. Hope you found it interesting and peace ballad.